Oh boy, the eastbound. They're in the bad traffic jam tonight. Hello everyone. Once again, I would like to thank everyone for always watching Lola's drama. I really appreciate all you guys' comments. It's gonna take me a while sometimes to respond you guys, but I will. And thank you again for the request to make a video how I made it here in America. And I didn't think it's gonna be this long. First, I was thinking to do this Q&A video. One of my co-YouTubers, Alvis Live, was gonna question and I would answer it. And then I got to think, this is not gonna work, the Q&A, because this is a long story, you know. I feel like my story need to be told. And I am not ashamed of it, let me tell you. No. Like I said, me sharing my story is not about criticizing who's involved in this. I just wanna share, you know, like you guys see me before, that, oh, I'm a happy-go-lucky Lola, I always smile, and yeah, I'm happy. But you know, I want you guys to know the other side of Lola, right? I feel awkward of the setting of the camera because I feel like my nose, the whole of my nose is getting big. You know, as we get older, have you noticed that as we get older, our nose getting bigger? And I don't know, I feel like my nose got bigger. Anyway, I want to continue on my story, guys. So we settled in the duplex. It was fine and good. You know, my husband coming home every other weekend. And then there was blizzard snow during March. My gosh, guys, we can even open the door. Wow, the snow was way in the middle of in the window. You know, so we can go out for, I don't know how many days it was. I think 4 days. Me and the kids stayed home. Then at the same time, I just continue reading the pocket books because, you know, I really need to teach myself to speak good English, and I want to be able to write English, you know. To make the long story short, our hangout back then was at the mall. And one time, there was a Filipino woman who approached me and asked me what's my name. She was like, oh, are you the sister of such and such? I said, yeah. So? She said that your sister said that you're so ungrateful and cussed her husband and got mad at him. Without them, you won't be here in America. I said, what? She said, yeah. She told me that your husband and her husband work together in the same ship, and they introduced him to you. That's why he became your husband, and you made it here in America. And she said that your auntie's husband, the one introduced her husband to her. Can you imagine all that lie? Oh my gosh, guys, I was mad. And I told the Filipina, you know what? I tell her she need to shut her mouth, because she know where I met my husband. I met my husband in the bar, and so is she. She met her husband too in the bar. I said, oh my gosh, that made me so mad. What kind of lie? I don't understand where that did she come up with a lie like that? Oh my, I don't know. She wanna give a credit of what happened to my life. Why I made it here in America. That right there, I didn't understand that. There's several Filipino women that who come up to me and say that it's the same story. So I don't figure out right away that she's spreading her lies in town. I didn't care if she gonna come up with her lies like that. But I didn't like that she dragged my name and she lied about how I met my husband to make herself look good. That's not right. So since then, every time people ask me, you know, new Filipino woman come up to me and ask me if I have a sister in town, I said no. Oh yeah, I straight to the point and say no. I denied her being my sister. You know, why? I mean, what's the point? Why would I even bother? And you know, I avoided all the Filipina in town. To tell you the truth, for 8 years. Because they have all these lies on their own. And they believe her lies. And then they always send it to me. So, for many, many years, guys, I didn't have no friends at all. You know, so to make the long story short, I just mind my own business and taking care of my children. That was most important to me. And there was an American woman across the street that her daughter goes to school with my daughter. She was a staying home mom too. And she invited me to go to church one day. And so me and the kids went to church. It was a big old Baptist church. And then everybody seems hug me, you know, call me sisters and come back and all that. About a week later, there was a husband and wife, American woman and American man. I recognized them from the church. And then I let them in. And then, you know, they introduced the Bible to me. And they prayed for me. You know, and that was good. And before they left, they had me all kinds of pamphlet to read. And then they had me some envelope. Okay? That I supposed to put money in there. And then so I asked the neighbor the next day, what is that means, you know? The people from the church came over, I said, and they prayed for me last night. And then she said that, the envelope means you're gonna start giving 10% to the church. I said, 10%? Yeah. She said, that's what the envelope for. And I said, oh really? They come and pray for you, so you're saved. She said. Oh, I was still confused, and then I come home and think, why would I give 10%? I don't have a job. Me and my kids need some help. Because at this time, guys, my husband income, like, he would make $250 a week, right? And he would take the advance $100, and then $150 come to me. And then we have this duplex rent, and then we have this car payment, and everything else. So I'm trying to budget one income. So really, I can't afford to give 10% to anybody. You know, so I scratched that off. I didn't want to go back to that church. And so I got me thinking that was hard to budget his money. So I talked to the neighbor across street if she can watch my baby. You know, and she said, yeah, for $1 an hour. She said. So I got me thinking, I need to find a job. You know, now that somebody gonna watch my baby. And then I went to the temporary agency. And I applied there. And of course, back then, they don't ask the high school diploma, which is I didn't have nothing to show, you know. And so the next day, they sent me, they called me and say they got a job for me. I put my daughter to the cross street neighbor. She cuts the school bus from her house. So I started working. I remember at that time, guys, the minimum wage was $4.25 in the furniture factory. I was doing the assembly, and then I get to work a lot of overtime on Saturday. So I don't get to be with my kids only on Sunday. And I feel like, oh my gosh, it breaks my heart to leave her in the babysitter. So every breaks I can get, I would go and talk to her, and she sounds so sad. She didn't want to eat. The babysitter said she didn't want to eat. And then I noticed my daughter, she just don't want to go to the babysitter every morning. One night, he called. I told him, you need to quit trucking because you just need to come home and work in the factory where I work. You work nights and I work days. Because look at my income, working over 6 days a week is more than what you're making, you know? And then you're out there and I don't have no help here with the kids. And if you don't do that, I'm just gonna divorce you. Oh yeah, I was serious. Because I was all alone, you know? Dealing with the kids and, and go to work. And I just feel like I better off without husband. So he quit on trucking and he decided to work in the factory. Yeah. So that was good. I need to cut this short again, and thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. I see you on my next story. Alright? Thank you so much. This is too long. Bye-bye.